pretty out there this time of day. It's a little after 3. I think it's close to like 3:30ish on Monday, the 27th. Back to another Monday. I won't be on long today. I'm out walking and it's a little on the chilly side, and I gotta put my mittens back on. I got my mittens with me, and I got my scarf in case I need to cover up my nose and my mouth, as it's a little on the cool side and it's windy when I'm walking in the other direction. Anyway, we have a number 20 is today's habits for happiness is listen to understand. Listen to understand. And hang on, I'm going to stop for a second, put my other mitten back on. I could operate the phone here. Hi, Kyla. So, listen to understand. Gosh, I don't think I ever think to do that. That is one I have to really think about, because, hey, Rich, a lot of times I'm listening so I can get my point across. I wonder how many other people do the same thing. So listen to understand. That's going to be a tough one for me. First of all, I like to talk, so it's even worse, right? Hi, Nicole. I think that's an interesting little phrase. Listen to understand. So the easy places listen to understand would be listening to birds, or listening to music, or listening to something that you're not having to take in, contemplate, and then give a response for. So I think that's where we're going with this anyways. That's my interpretation of listening to understand, is really listening to someone. What if you don't agree with them? Like, those are the things I think about. What if I don't like what they're saying? What if I don't agree with what they're saying and I want to come back with what I think about something? So I think that's kind of where I would have trouble with this one, is maybe I don't want to understand. Maybe I'm not happy about listening to them, whoever them might be. Listening to understand, I guess, means really listening for the meaning behind what they're saying. Hi, Kathy. There is always a meaning behind the words. Some people are better at expressing it than others. So with some people, I get a great deal of comfort and information when I listen to some people that I really understand what they're saying. I know where they're coming from. I get where they're coming from. Maybe I agree with where they're coming from, so that makes me more receptive. So I think it's kind of an interesting concept, listen to understand, as one of the habits for happiness. And for me, I think if I'm not tuned in to maybe what somebody's saying, check out all the ducks. Geese, I should say. Lots of geese in this park. Hey, Mel. How you doing, girlfriend? Yeah, we got lots of ducks here. That's Stanley Quarter Park, for anyone that's wondering where I am. That's in New Britain. New Britain, if you live here. That's how you say it. And it's a great park. It's kind of large pond here, which is lovely. On the other side of that walkway, sorry for this, it's probably loud for you guys, I'm sorry. On the other side of that, where the cars are up there, are a bunch of soccer fields and baseball fields. And for today, anyways, I haven't been here in about a week. I'm going to go off tangent here for a second. There are a ton of these trees. I don't know the name of them because I'm not really really good at that. But I know my daughter-in-law has an app in her phone. You can look it up. Now, they could be a weeping something or other. I really don't know. I'm sure there's somebody out there that knows. What are they called? You tell me. So I don't know. But they are beautiful. And when I was walking, I noticed that they all have popped in the last, I think I've been here, it's maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I'm not sure when I was here last. It's been a little bit. So they are fully in bloom. How pretty is that? And I just noticed that they were all the same. I didn't even realize that before when they were in the dead of winter here. A few weeks ago, there was no blooms on them, no flowers, no colors, no nothing. So I didn't even know they were all the same. But there's a bunch of them. It seems like every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's about 15 of them here, all surrounding the pond, which is kind of nice. I just like it when spring comes, even though it doesn't feel much like spring. Hi, Vanessa. And it definitely doesn't feel like that today. Well, on the chilly side, but it's okay. So just out walking and thinking about the listening to understand, and honestly, I find it very difficult at times. I don't think I thought about it much until actually I read it last night, and I thought, wow, that's going to be a tough one to talk about. In a positive note anyways. But hey, there's nothing wrong with saying there's some place I'd like to pay attention to a little bit more and maybe work on that. Thinking of what others are really trying to say when they're talking to you about something. What do they really want to get across? Am I listening to understand or not? So a little bit more self-discovery, right? And oh look, they're putting in basketball court up here too. They're redoing this whole area up here. This is the playground portion of it. Used to just have a couple sets of swings, and now it's got a whole bunch of other stuff in here they're working on. It's very nice. So I think that's part of it, is that really hadn't thought much about what people think about listening to understand, listening to make sure I know what someone is trying to get across. What do they really want in terms of response? Maybe they're not looking for one. Maybe they just want to be heard. I think that's a reality sometimes. Sometimes people just want to be heard. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with just being there to be a listening ear. And even if you don't understand, the willingness to understand might be just as important as just maybe having more of a depth to it. Listen to that guy quacking away. He's got something to say. So does the other guy over there. So they're reseeding all this. They put all these new plants in. This is all brand new in this area here. It's just really, really pretty looking. Getting there. Getting there, Aaron. It's looking good. Talk to your Parks and Rec people or facilities management, whoever does this stuff. Doing a nice job. They've reseeded all this. So, looks super nice. Got a new sidewalk here, handicap accessible. Nice easy slope. Apparently not supposed to be on here. Walk the other way. So anyway, so listening to be understood, listening to understand what somebody's saying is the thought for the day. And that's number 20. So I think I'm going to be mulling it over a little bit more, see if there's some more clarity that comes to it for myself. Sometimes what I do is take that thought, and while I'm walking, do a meditation on it. Personally, I like to do walking meditations, and that's a lot of times what I do when I'm walking. If I'm not listening to some podcast or something, I prefer to actually just walk in silence and allow those thoughts to come to me. So, although it doesn't look like it, I'm going to sign off with my usual salute to the sun. Wherever she is. She is up there somewhere beyond the clouds, beyond the rain. Actually, it started raining when I first got here, so I definitely had to keep my hands in my pocket. It was a little chilly, but everything does in life, it's just too shall pass. So a salute to the sun up there in the sky, keeping us safe on the planet, and signing off for now. Love you guys all, and hopefully we'll catch you back on the next go round tomorrow. Bye for now.